Good morning everyone. Today's our lecture is about brainstem. After finishing today's lecture, we can find responses to questions like what include itself brainstem, the formation of the rhomboid fossa, the localization of the cranial nervous nucleus inside the brainstem, and the apparent origins of the cranial nerves on the surface of the brainstem. Let's go started. The brainstem is the anatomical structure that it links different parts of the central nervous system. There are forebrain, cerebellum, and spinal cord. Superiorly, brainstem is connected with the forebrain through the cerebellar pedunculus. On the top of the brainstem there is, of course, the diencephalon and eventually the cerebral hemisphere. Posteriorly, the brainstem is connected with the cerebellum through the superior cerebellar pedunculus, middle cerebellar pedunculus, and the inferior cerebellar pedunculus. Peduncle is the bundle of the fibrous white matter that connects the brainstem with forebrain and the cerebellum. Inferiorly, the continuation of the brainstem is spinal cord. The brainstem is the home of the origin or situs of termination of fibers in 9 of 12 cranial nerves. The brainstem anatomically consists from the 3 main parts. There are midbrain, pons, and medulla oblongata. This is a midbrain, yes, with a red color. This is a pons, and this is the medulla oblongata. The continuation of the medulla oblongata is spinal cord. This is a midbrain or mesencephalon, yes? Mesencephalon. Mesencephalon is the area of the brainstem that connects directly with the forebrain through the cerebral pedunculus. And this part is named tegmentum. With the hole on the back side is the aqueductus cilius, which connects the third ventricle with the fourth ventricle. And the mesencephalon is connected with the cerebellum through the superior cerebellar pedunculus. On the dorsal surface of the midbrain, we can see 4 colliculi, 2 superior colliculus and inferior colliculus. There are the reflex centers involving hearing and vision. And the next middle part of the brainstem is pons. Pons connected with the cerebellum through the middle cerebellar pedunculus. We can say pons also pons of Varoli. And this is participates on the formation of the upper triangular part of the rhomboid fossa. Pons delimits the front face of the fourth ventricle. So next about the medulla oblongata. The medulla oblongata is the lower part of the brainstem and located between the pons and the spinal cord. The medulla oblongata contains itself the pyramids. This part is named pyramids. This part is uneven. and there is the anterior median sulcus, anterior lateral sulcus, and posterior lateral sulcus. This is about the front view of the medulla oblongata. And the medulla ends at the bottom by the pyramidal decussation. This is a pyramidal decussation. A crossing region of the corticospinal fibers. And dorsally, we can see the rhomboid fossa, which the dorsal surface of the medulla oblongata participates on the formation of the lower part of the rhomboid fossa. Medulla oblongata is connected with the cerebellum through the inferior cerebellar pedunculus. Yes, this is the inferior cerebellar pedunculus. Side view, from the side view. And for next about rhomboid fossa. Rhomboid fossa is a diamond-shaped depression which is located on the dorsal surface of the brainstem. The upper triangular part is formed by the pons, and the lower triangular part is formed by the medulla oblongata. And the rhomboid fossa is considered as the floor of the fourth ventricle. This part is named Fontaine part, and this triangular part is medullary part. Medullary part, which forms the dorsal surface of the medulla oblongata. Boundaries of the rhomboid fossa superiorly is the superior cerebellar pedunculus. Is the superior cerebellar pedunculus? Yes, this is the superior cerebellar pedunculus. The superior boundaries of the rhomboid fossa. And inferiorly, it's named like obex. And laterally is the medial cerebellar pedunculus and inferior cerebellar pedunculus. So this is a pineal gland. There is pineal gland. This is a colliculus superior, and a colliculus inferior. This is a pineal gland. Yes, and in the middle, stria medullaris. This is stria medullaris. And the posterior median sulcus. This is a posterior intermedian sulcus, and this is a posterior lateral sulcus. On the dorsal surface of the medulla oblongata has tuberculus. This is a gracile tuberculus, which is connected to fasciculus gracilis. And this is a cuneate tuberculus, which continues to fasciculus cuneatus. And this part is lateral column. And tuberculum cinealum. There is tuberculum cinealum. This is what about the posterior view of the medulla oblongata, which participates on the formation of the rhomboid fossa. So then we will see about apparent origin, where the nervus comes out on the surface of the brainstem, and about the real origin or localization of the cranial nerves inside the brainstem. Nucleus location is not equal to their apparent origin. Fibers travel before emerging. So optic nerve and olfactory nerve do not come from the brainstem. They arise from the forebrain. So about classification of the cranial nerves, they are distinguished between three types of the cranial nerves. First, sensory cranial nerves which has only motor nucleus. There are nervus oculomotorius, nervus cochlearis, nervus abducens, nervus accessorius, and nervus hypoglossus. The cranial nerves which has a sensory and motor nucleus. There are named mixed cranial nerves. 5 nervus trigeminus, 7 nervus facialis, and 9 nervus glossopharyngeus, and 10 nervus vagus. First nerve which exits from the brainstem is third nerve, which named nervus oculomotorius. The nucleus of the nervus oculomotorius is located on the midbrain at the level of colliculus superior. This is the third nerve. The localization of the nuclei of the nerve. The nervus oculomotorius is belong to the motor nerve, which include only motor nucleus, and at the same time it has parasympathetic nucleus. Parasympathetic nucleus. The nervus oculomotorius, which is located on the midbrain. The cell body of the nervus oculomotorius is located on the midbrain, and axons come forward to the muscles of the eyes. This is the third nucleus. Next, about the apparent origin of the third nerve, nervus oculomotorius, is the midbrain at the level of superior colliculus. This is the side view of the brainstem. Next, about nervus trochlearis. Nervus trochlearis has only motor nucleus. This is a motor nucleus which is located in the midbrain at the level of the inferior colliculus. The nervus trochlearis is the only nerve which emerges from the back of the central nervous system. This is the back side. Nervus trochlearis. There is the nervus trochlearis, the nucleus, motor nucleus, and which arrives which emerges from the dorsal part of the midbrain at the level of colliculus inferior. We could say there is a fellow to supply the controversial muscles, superior colliculus muscle. So next, fifth nerve, this is the nervus trigeminus. Nervus trigeminus located in the pons has motor nucleus. This is the motor nucleus of the trigeminal nerve, and sensory part of the trigeminal nerve include mesencephalic nucleus. And next, it is the main trigeminal nucleus. And the spinal trigeminal nucleus. Mesencephalic sensory nucleus extends upward to the midbrain, and the spinal trigeminal nucleus extends downward to the medulla oblongata and the cervical part of the spinal cord. This all the sensory nucleus of the trigeminal nerve. Exit point or apparent origin is the lateral side of the pons. From this side of the pons, nervus trigeminus afferens point. Yes. The apparent origin of the trigeminal nerve from the frontal view, yes, from the side, and the localization of nucleus inside the rhomboid fossa. So next about the sixth nerve, it is nervus abducens. Nervus abducens is also motor nerve, which has only motor nucleus, and localization is in the pons. Is another color. This is a sixth nervus abducens. Nervus abducens has only motor nucleus. Exit point is the medial part of the pontomedullary junction. This is a medial part also. This is a pontomedullary junction. Yes. The exit point of the nervus abducens is medial part of the pontomedullary junction. Here is the sixth part of the cranial nerves. From the side here, like this. Yes. Seventh cranial nerve is the facial nerve, nervus facialis, which has one motor nucleus, which is located in the pons. Motor nucleus. And the upper part of the solitary nucleus. Nucleus solitarius. This is a sensory part of the nervus facialis. And next sensory nucleus of the nervus facialis is the spinal trigeminal nucleus. And the parasympathetic nucleus has superior salivatory nucleus. Superior salivatory nucleus. Superior salivatory nucleus. This is the solitary nucleus. Apparent origin of the nervus facialis is pontomedullary junction laterally from the nervus abducens. There is the nervus facialis. The apparent origin on the surface of the brainstem. Next, nervus vestibulocochlearis, eighth cranial nerve is nervus vestibulocochlearis. Nervus vestibulocochlearis located on the lateral parts of the rhomboid fossa and mostly on the pons. Nervus vestibulocochlearis include two parts, vestibular part and cochlear part. Cochlear part has two nucleus. There are dorsal nucleus and ventral nucleus. The vestibular part has four nucleus. There are superior vestibular nucleus, inferior vestibular nucleus, medial vestibular nucleus, and lateral vestibular nucleus. The ventral and the dorsal cochlear nuclei located in the costomedullary junction, and the superior, inferior, medial, lateral nucleus of the vestibular nuclei are located on the pons and extended to the medulla oblongata. 9. Nervus glossopharyngeus. Nervus glossopharyngeus has motor nucleus, which is participated on the formation of the upper part of nucleus ambiguus. This is a nucleus ambiguus. sensory nucleus of the nervus glossopharyngeus is the middle part of the solitary nucleus. Parasympathetic nucleus of the nervus glossopharyngeus is inferior salivatory nucleus. Inferior salivatory nucleus. Nervus vagus. Nervus vagus is the longest cranial nerve located in the medulla oblongata and has following nucleus. There are motor nucleus, motor nucleus, motor nucleus. This is the middle part of the nucleus ambiguus. And sensory nucleus. Sensory nucleus is middle part of solitary nucleus. This is the solitary nucleus of the nervus vagus. And the parasympathetic nucleus of the nervus vagus, which names dorsal nucleus of the vagus, nervus vagus, which is located here. This is a dorsal vagus nucleus. Dorsal vagus nucleus. This is what? Nervus glossopharyngeus, parasympathetic nucleus of the nervus glossopharyngeus. The apparent origin of the eighth cranial nerve, yes, eighth cranial nerve is laterally on the pontomedullary junction, which show in this pontomedullary junction. This is apparent origin of the nervus vestibulocochlearis. Here we can show the apparent origin of the vestibulocochlear nerve. And 9 nervus glossopharyngeus apparent origin is between the oliva and the fibers of the inferior cerebellar pedunculus. Oliva and fibers of the cerebellar pedunculus. The 9, yes. Next, nervus vagus, which apparent origin also is the between the oliva and the fibers of inferior cerebellar pedunculus. You can show on the front surface like this. Most superiorly is the nervus glossopharyngeus, middle it is the nervus vagus, and most inferiorly nervus accessorius. Nervus accessorius consists from the two parts, spinal part and cranial part. Spinal part gives fibers from the spinal cord, from the cervical part of the spinal cord. Cranial part. This is the spinal part, yes. This is the cranial part. Localization inside the brainstem, located in the medulla oblongata, has only motor nucleus, yes, motor nucleus of the nervus accessorius. Nervus hypoglossus is also considered a pure motor nerve, which is located on the medulla oblongata, and it is located in the bonus hypoglossus. On the medulla oblongata, there is the nervus hypoglossus. Exit point is between the oliva and the pyramidus. There is the exit point of the nervus hypoglossus. Here. Yes. This is oliva. This is pyramidus. Between oliva and pyramidus, exit point the apparent origins of the nervous hypoglossus.